We wanted to include this extra bonus piece to directly address the issue that Tara brought up of a couple potentially needing a therapeutic environment or more direct intervention and are not being able to afford it or access it for whatever reason at this time. And so I really am of the belief that no couple should be suffering in silence or without the support necessary. And so I wanted to bring forward some potential tips or guidelines for healthy communication. I also wanted to bring forward some ideas, some resources that you could access. Of course, my website, Tali Rosenbaum, has a very useful website, TaliRosenbaum.com, also a podcast on intimate Judaism. Those are surrounding sexuality. I would also recommend the website, The Relationship Couple, which is the Mayberg couple, as well as other resources and reading articles and learning communication skills. I also think potentially that I know myself, I would be, of course, willing and open to negotiating fees with a couple seeking help, whether that would be, negotiating a fee now or to be paid at a future time. I also think couples who are perhaps struggling in one small area during this time that the crisis has brought up maybe could do 1 or 2 or 3 sessions very focused on that area. And that would be a discussion that you would have with a potential therapist that you would meet with. But don't give up, don't throw up your hands. But keep in mind also, as we've said several times over these conversations, that it's the long haul and we have to do the best that we can. What I wanted to bring in order to give some guidelines and tips to healthy communication is a dialectical behavioral therapy approach, DBT approach, and it clearly outlines a possibility for communication when a person is trying to make their point and also feel understood and to help the listener be understanding and as well stand their ground. And so I'll quickly read through it, but I think, take your time to look through it at a time that's good for you, to use it at a time that's good for you. And as with everything in couples relationship, this takes time and practice and understanding. And so the first thing that's very significant in terms of healthy communication is to describe, are we talking about the same thing? What is this conversation about? Okay, and always the couple needs to check in with each other. What is this conversation about? What are we talking about here? And then thank you, Tara will scroll down to be able to express your feelings and opinions about the situation, to be able to assert yourself by asking for what you want or saying no clearly, to reinforce. That means to be able to, reinforce a person ahead of time by explaining positive effects of getting what you want or need in this situation. And the abbreviation is Dear Man and then Give. And so the second part of that would be to be mindful, keep your focus on your goals at this time. What are we talking about? To appear confident, appear effective and confident, and to be able to negotiate, be willing to give and get. And then, as it mentions in this worksheet, to be able to turn the tables and turn the problem over to the other person and ask for solutions. What do you think we should do? Let it be a joint effort. The second piece, and I'm moving through it quickly, and again, I hope you will take time with this. The second piece that is important in every single conversation, no matter what you're talking about in your marriage, is that we're constantly working towards empathy. We mentioned this in a past conversation, the ability to empathize for the other, empathize with the other, to be present for the other person's emotional experience. Now, this is not something that comes easily for anyone because implicit in this is some level of vulnerability, okay? But here is a few step approach to how to access, to how to achieve empathy in conversation, in discussion with your partner, is to be nice and respectful, gentle, to listen and appear interested in the other person, okay? And not in a fake way, okay? To validate. Validating is one of the most important things in a relationship. With words and actions, show that you understand the other person's feelings and thoughts about the situation. And use an easy manner, use a little humor, smile, ease the person along, be lighthearted. I don't love that use of the term sweet talk, but connect with your partner. And again, I know I moved through this quickly, but I hope this can be useful to you in navigating these challenging times, potential difficult times for healthy communication. Hopefully this can be used presently, but also at other points in our marriage. Take care. See you next time. And our last conversation.
Kathy,